WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
FM 88.1 WHPR, Highland Park.
WVIE 107.3 FM Charlotte, Amalia, Virgin Islands.
The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of WHPS, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Hey there, it's me, Butter, with my new book, The Many Adventures of These Nuts. Let's be nuts about our health. Join me and my friends, Wally Walnut, Almond Cruz, Pumpkin Spice, Chica Cheminsky, Morgan Raisin, and Hallie Cranberry, here with rhythm and song to share a fun way to stay safe and healthy. So together we can all be nuts about our health. Ebook available now on Amazon, or get a hardcover copy at www.thesenutstrailmix.com. That's nuts with a Z.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback. Call in with his...
We're hot.
All right. And happy Monday, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. And, the BD over this past weekend, the whole week, actually, I've been talking to so many people and hearing so many good things. And, let me tell you, I talk about the syndicated media. If you're wondering who the syndicated media is, that would be Fox 2, Channel 4, Channel 7, the Detroit Free Press, and the Detroit News. Anyway, there has been a blackout by the syndicated media on the black man, on the black community, and our black issues. However, yesterday, one of them broke ranks. I was surprised, Thabiti. It was Channel 7, WXYZ ABC. And Chuck Stokes did an interview of attorney Anthony Adams. Attorney Anthony Adams, you all may know, is the candidate who is campaigning for mayor of the city of Detroit. This was yesterday morning. And I tend to think that somebody has been listening to WHPR and a 910 radio station, and somebody might have even tuned in to an afternoon with Hood Research. But Anthony Adams did an excellent job on with Chuck Stokes yesterday regarding his campaign for mayor of the city of Detroit. Anyway, I want to say good morning to Nancy, good morning to Vera, and good morning to Ron, and good morning, Michael. I haven't said good morning to Michael in a while. Michael tunes in, see. And then he fusses you to say good morning to me. Good morning, Michael. And who you want to say good morning to?
Shout outs to Gladys and Clementine, Sister Beatty. We know you're looking because you told us you watch us, but so we appreciate you, along with Sister Jackie, Sister Ruth Ann, Brother Shane, Brother Fred, and the newer viewers, as I mentioned before, Brother Gene Hackett and Brother Dennis Smith. We welcome you, and Brother Keith Hines. Let me not forget you, brother. And I want to ask you also to invite those whether they're friends, family, neighbors, relatives, co-workers, church members, to tune in also.
That's
and,
right.
and as you look, you'll see the phone numbers at the bottom of the screen, and you see in my hand I have pen and paper, because you never know what idea, thought, or number you may want to jot down.
That's right. And speaking of numbers to jot down, we need to say good morning to Sylvia, our in-house poet. Or is it poetess?
Poetess.
Poetess, yes. And I was on last night, and I was waiting on her to call in, and she finally called in at the end, and she was saying, remember to turn your ballot over. That's what you got to do. And also, when you vote by absentee, you must remember that envelope is provided for you. And when you insert your ballot, you must sign the envelope. There's a space for you to sign the envelope and then return it by mail. And you need to do that within the next week or two because, as we know, the mail is being slowed down and sorters are being demolished. And goodness, I just kept wondering, why is it the president didn't get rid of the mail? What is he called again? The title.
The Postmaster General?
Postmaster General, yes. The current Postmaster General is a friend of Donald Trump. We must mention his name. Yuck. And they didn't get rid of him. Oh, we got a call.
Yes.
Aha.
Okay, here, I'm working a new system, y'all. Y'all work with me.
Okay.
Hello,
Good
caller.
morning.
Good morning.
Well, happy Monday to you. Just talked you right up.
Yeah, I wanted to get the announcements out for you this morning if I could.
Of course.
There's going to be a march at Grand Circus Park on the 8th, which is Friday.
The 8th of October, Friday, okay.
Yeah. I think it starts from 3 to 6. The phone number is 313-241-0941.
Okay, say that again.
313-241-0941.
Okay.
The march is going to start at Grand Circus Park. They will be busing people, so if you need a ride, you can call the number, and it's regarding home repairs.
Oh, okay.
Homeowner issue, overtaxation issue. Then there's October the 9th from 1 to 4. That's the 555 Samaritan. I believe that starts from 1 to 4.
Okay.
I think they're going to have the candidates there, proposal information, election information, grants, contracts, overtaxation, and the list goes on.
And that event is free. Both of them are free, as a matter of fact.
All is free.
Uh-huh.
Then there's the Affordable Housing Task Force set up at St. Matthew's and St. Joseph's Church, located on Woodward Avenue. The housing justice will be there, and that's between 1 and 3 p.m.
That's 8850 Woodward on Woodward and King Street.
Yeah, 88. Yeah.
What's the time for that?
That's going to be 1 to 3 p.m. You're going to have a affordable housing tax. The Congresswoman and Sheffield is supposed to be the speakers for the Affordable Housing Task Force event.
Right. The City Council of Sheffield. Mary.
Right. Pro Tem Councilwoman Sheffield.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so there'll be plenty of information to share regarding, I guess, affordability, because a lot of us are being outpriced out of the city.
Well,
so there's a lot going on. And
yeah.
I want to make sure we get it fresh off the grill so people can get their friends and family involved in issues of this city.
Okay.
I got a quick question. The first event, which is at Grand Circus Park, what's the nature of that again?
It's regarding home repairs, homeowners issues, and the overtaxation.
Oh, yeah, the $600 million.
Yeah, they're pretty ticked off because they have roofing issues and they have home repair issues that they constantly have money for everything but keeping people in their home.
That's right. That's because of people are being driven out of their homes and out of the city, and through a number of
Exactly.
ways, including the flooding. The flooding is
Yeah,
man-made. The flooding is man-made, not a
yeah,
natural disaster. It's man-made.
exactly.
The water department has
Exactly.
never been run so sloppily as it has been for the
hmm
past 8 years.
You know, people want to blame things on the so-called infrastructure. If it was so bad, why did they take over and didn't make it better?
That's
Because
an excellent point.
they're too busy handling over those huge contracts worth billions and billions of dollars, but they haven't done anything to correct the infrastructure or
Right,
to make sure that the pumps are draining while
right.
they're charging you a draining fee and
That's
they
right.
can't drain water.
And in 2014, the promise was made when the flooding took place that it was going to be corrected. In 2016, the same promise was made that it was going to be corrected. And this year, it's very difficult to make that same lie work if you haven't
And
done it since
historically,
2014.
Theo, historically, there are stories being told on how they drowned black cities out so that they could have lakes and rivers.
Wow. Oh, boy. It's always a concern that we have to fight. And I heard a guy say this morning that, yeah, you want us to vote over and over again, and you want us to vote for the black person, and then the black person gets in and sells us out. And what was so strange about that, he was talking to a woman who is black, who was elected and did not
Yep,
sell her people out. I mean, what?
right.
And she was, I don't know, she was overly polite and didn't say anything, but I thought it was an insult.
Well, you
Anyway.
can sit down. You can sit down and not vote if you want to, but don't complain about the continuation of 150,000 homes being lost through foreclosure,
Uh-huh.
the overtaxation of the 600 million and the overassessments and that's still being done, the
Right.
libraries and schools money being diverted, the water shut off of what I said 125,000 homes, no
Right.
programs in place to keep people in their homes.
Right.
And when
Right.
you get flooded, your basements get flooded.
That's right.
Folks, they only gonna give you a mop in a bucket.
Well, the NOF money was for that purpose. The NOF money was converted into loans, and the people who needed the money for their roofs and their steps and weatherization, etc., could not afford it, could not
Everybody,
qualify for the money, so they did not receive it. How about
and the
that?
crime's out of control. So we have over 500 children shot in the street.
Oh my Lord! This year, up to 500 children in the city of Detroit have been shot.
Over 500 children in the
Oh,
streets have been shot. So if you want to sit out and don't
Sylvia.
vote, then just continue to let people know that you're happy with the situation
What
of
you?
the abuse and the murder
Oh
that's going
God.
on.
Well, um, and people are saying, "Well, I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he says." That they're talking about a black man by the name of Anthony Adams, who is campaigning for mayor of the city of Detroit. But my question is, how much effort have you put into finding out about this black man and what he's doing and where he is? And ask your own questions to find out. And I don't know what he's going to do. Well, you damn sure know what you've been getting. Floods,
Exactly.
man-made floods, $600 million over taxation.
Wait a minute. And he gave his wife over 300 million so they can get married and enjoy your tax money there.
Oh,
Over three.
the girlfriend got the
Yeah.
300 million at Wayne State University.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
somebody
So
did
he
say that.
married her, and they got the money to enjoy
Oh,
sweat of your brow.
oh, is that right?
Well, you know, one thing interesting, Theo brought this up, is that when we look at what he's done, I mean, he's got a long litany of things that he's done. Unfortunately, we have a voter or electorate that just does not, they seem to just, whatever we can get, all as long as you can give us some crumbs, master, we all right, you know. And if you don't get no crumbs, just let us smell the bread while it's cooking, we'll be all right. We are in a position where we're at war, but we only have a few soldiers, and it's a mighty war that we're in. And so we have our skirmishes and battles with the current mayoral administration, including the city council, because I can't take them off the hook either. But until we can get and awaken the others that are around us, then the generals on the other side of the army are going to continue in the same process of winning. We have to get more soldiers. I'll just say this, I've been helping my family. I'm glad that they do call on me. They know who I run with. They know what I know, and they trust it. So they say, well, you know, what do you think about proposal, this, that, and the other? We've got to get other people just within our circle, and then they can expand that knowledge and information to people in their circle who we don't have contact with.
Right.
We've got to be a little bit more aggressive, as I've often said. It's only one day out of the year. You know, sometimes it's twice. You get the primary and the general election. 365 days in a year. That means you still got 363 days to BS or do whatever you want. We just asking you for 2 of the days and only about an hour in the day just to take care of business.
All right. And
Exactly.
and this ballot is so short.
It is.
It's like what, 10 or 15 minutes at the most. And
Right.
since you are on, I believe that you, Sylvia, were the person who pointed out that this current ballot has a proposal on the backside when there was
Yep.
space enough for all 3 proposals to be on the same side. So that in itself sounds like another trick, some more voter suppression. And for your own people to practice voter suppression is an insult to the race. Insult.
Well, no, people
Well,
people always talking about fighting.
okay.
Then you want to throw the fight for the vote in the trash. But
Right.
you have to fight on every level,
That's
including
right.
voting.
That's right.
You
And
got to do it all.
that's right. We're
Proposal
encouraging people to vote
F
yes
is on that.
on all 3 of the proposals. We're just encouraging them to vote yes. Now, I got to tell you
Okay.
something, that we have a new piece of equipment here, and we need to hang up on you to get the next caller.
Okay.
But you can always call back. You know that.
Okay, don't forget proposal S is on back of the ballot.
That's right, and vote yes. But I need you to call back at least by 10:15 to make those announcements again, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Now let's see here. Push this button
And then
push
that
this
button.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Glenn.
Thank
My
you
name's Glenn. I was listening to you on the radio.
thank you for
On
calling.
the computer, I'm sorry. On my computer.
All right.
Yeah, I was calling because I had a friend call me the other day, and he was just saying that, he was listening to Bob Picano's show yesterday, and I guess they had somebody called in that said something negative about
Mary
Nicole Smalls.
Waters and Nicole.
Talking about she's joining in with Mike Duggan. I said, man, if you believe that, you got to be nuts.
I'm glad you called in to say that.
And,
Right.
And then I hear, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Then I had to defend themselves when he made that statement. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, you said what?
The people that he was talking about were not there to correct him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I hear that, and then I turned the show on, and I was listening to the show, and there's one guy who was on the show said that he had to clear up something that somebody made a bad statement, a negative statement about Mary Waters.
Scotty Bowman.
And he said,
correct.
yes. And then I picked up the looking at the paper online. I hear with somebody going after my council person, Letitia Johnson, saying
What?
that she, about something negative about her. Boy, it must be getting really scary about now. And it just kills me that people they'll throw that stuff out and try to see what sticks.
Right. Well, the person that you're speaking of that talked about Mary Waters was doing the same thing, and unfortunately, he does a lot of that on different shows.
Oh, okay. Because
And
I turned it on late. I didn't hear it. I just heard the guy made a comment saying
right,
that it wasn't true.
right. And Scotty Bowman was clearing it up. And I was glad that Scotty Bowman was paying attention and noticed that, because the same person does this on different shows. And
Oh, really?
yes, he will call in and speak as if he has the gospel that he wants to share with you.
Oh, okay. I
And
got it.
so I have to be aware of that, because I'm sure he's done it before, and I'm sure that since we're still in the last part of the election season, he's going to do it again. And then the Letitia Johnson is, as far as the poll is concerned, is ahead on her side of town. She is ahead, and she's doing well, and she has done a lot in her community with
Yes,
the
she has.
people in the community. And for someone to try and slander her at this time is to try and help the white guy win.
Yeah, yep. I ain't gonna even mention his
No,
name.
don't mention his name.
But
Just
I,
mention
I
her name.
also, what perturbs me most of all, I turn the TV on, I hear what the CDC saying that you shouldn't have large gatherings at Thanksgiving because of COVID. And I said to myself, well, I guess the best place to have my Thanksgiving dinner, which I wouldn't have it anyway because I don't believe in this Thanksgiving stuff, would be at one of the college football fields on Saturdays on the 50-yard line. Says nobody wears, so no mask is mandated.
Yeah.
No, there's no 6 feet rule, and you got people with non-vaccinated with vaccinated, and the only mandate they have is your credit card better have the limit when you swipe it.
Oh, isn't that the truth?
So how can they say this is serious when you give us the scare tactics from Monday through Thursday or Friday, but Saturday and Sunday we don't want to hear about that COVID crap. Let's make this money, and when our money is deposited in our account, we'll let y'all come with that scare tactics on Monday through Thursday.
Good point. It's a good point.
It's absolutely. We're never going to eradicate this if Uncle Joe Biden don't get on the horn and say, let's do what we did last year. Nobody goes to the game. I don't care who likes it, who don't like it. But he taking money out of his big friend's hands. They ain't gonna allow that.
That's the nature of capitalism, and unfortunately, it's money first, people last, and whatever happens in between happens.
I was listening to an interview I never forgot with Connie Chung and Dick Cheney after the war they had. When they went over there and got Saddam Hussein, and they were talking about all the young men that were killed, and they never found a mushroom cloud. They never found weapons of mass destruction. And she asked Cheney about that, and I swear, as long as I'm standing here, that his answer was, so, S-O.
Oh.
Wow.
And she looked at him and she said, so, and then he tried to clear it up, talking about, we did what we supposed to do. Of course, there's going to be casualty of war, but he made a fortune off that war with that oil. That's what he said with that little stupid smirk on his face. He said, so. Basically, I don't care. Like this COVID thing. It's casualty of war. We're going to make our money. Those people go to the games. If they die, hey, hopefully a family member will buy their ticket.
Same thing with Afghanistan. It was all about selling military products to the Afghan people. They had, and then trying to export democracy, which there's no democracy here, but they're trying to export, our ideas to another culture altogether. It's always been a hustle. I believe it was Halliburton, and then there's something called Black Root or something other, but they were all hustlers, corporate hustlers in the war game.
And they were protecting the farms where they grow poppies for the drug production.
It actually
as
accelerated under our intervention. It accelerated 3 or 4 times what they were producing before then.
And then also during that time, when Ollie North
Conscious
drugs or
affair
something
with
out in
Reagan.
the-
Said I can't recall.
When he in the
The
basement.
moment he recalled, he going to jail.
Yeah, but Ollie North was in the basement of the White House, right?
Right.
Yeah, they told us that. Well, we have to go to a break. You want to hold on?
I'll hold on.
Okay. Well, thank you all for tuning in this morning. We are enjoying this Monday morning. It's a little, balmy outside, I guess is the way they describe it. But we're going to take our break and stay tuned. Get your juice or your coffee and call friends and family, and we'll be back momentarily.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
This is Theo Broden from Feedback. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle, Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime! It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Walnut.
Wally Walnut here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germ. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
I've always been a runner, but I've never run from anything, and neither has my city.
Do you want to be a Detroit police officer? Sir, yes, sir! Amen!
It's something special to protect the people closest to you, the ones you've known all your life, your neighbors, your friends. I was born in this city, and I'm not going anywhere. This is my home. That's why I wear the shield.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000. or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
Feedback. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Pinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback, feedback, feedback. And take us along with you. Yes. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Feedback, a positive image production, I Hood Research. And we have another caller? Oh, okay. We have Glenn who is still on with us, and we were enjoying the conversation. Are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
and I just want to make one final comment.
Sure.
Attorney, I think Todd Perkins was discussing the reparations bill, act, a bill that's going to be on the ballot.
Yes.
And I tell you, I went to that meeting on Saturday. You were there, Ms. Broden.
Yes.
And I didn't understand what they were talking about. I'll be honest. And then he came on the talk show. And
Friday.
Man, it's like when he was discussing it, he went around the world in 70 days, and then the host of the show just said it in two sentences, and I got it.
Oh, great. Great.
I got it. And it kind of reminded me of Sanford and Son when the white cop and the black cop goes to his house, and the white cop is giving all this legal Jordan.
Right.
And Lamont and Fred look at each other, and then they look at the black cop, and the black cop said, it's cool, Fred.
Yeah, right.
It is. It's like this guy takes you around the world, man. I guess he's in the right profession.
I noticed that same thing, but I thank you for attending the program that we had.
Thank you for allowing me to speak.
I'm so glad you were there, and on Saturday afternoons we invite you to join us, join Hood Research, and if you have pen and paper, I'll give you the number.
Okay. Right now, hold on.
Okay.
1 sec.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm good. Go ahead.
And the BD always tell people have pen and paper handy when we come on.
Yeah, I know.
It's so much information. But each Saturday, we have a conference call. And you don't have to leave your easy chair, your house, your backyard, or anywhere. You just pick up your phone and dial 1-978-990-5000. Again, that's 1-978-990-5000.
Okay, got you.
The phone rings one time, and then you put in the access code, which is 338-729, and you press the pound key, and you'll hear us talking. Sometimes you might even hear a little bit of music.
338-729 pound key.
That's right.
Okay,
and
great.
that's on Saturdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And we have all kinds of people who call in. We've had Judge Marilyn Atkins who joined us. We've had attorney Johnny Hawkins who's joined us, and we've had comedians. We've had all kinds of folks, and there's callers that tune in and call in on the conference line each Saturday. And it's
that interview with Chuck Stokes and Anthony Adams, can I pick that up? Can I get that on a website or something?
Yes. Let me see. Did they say WXYZ website? But I tell you what, the telephone number out there to confirm access to the website is area code 248-82-77777.
That's easy.
Yeah. Yep, the
Okay.
phone number for
All
Channel
right. Great.
7.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling
Bye-bye.
us. Bye. Yes. One for anyone is for Channel 7 is the area code 248-827-7777.
I'd like to make a couple of statements, I guess. One is that the Fox Creek Post Office, located on East Jefferson, is now being renamed the Aretha Post Office. For those of you who live over there, I believe that's just 1 or 2 blocks east of Connor Actually, I'm sorry, it's 1 or 2 blocks east of St. Jean on Jefferson. So the Fox Creek station will now be known as the Aretha Post Office. And the second thing is, if I'm incorrect, but I've heard over the weekend, many of you who are old school, like some of us, remember Wade Briggs, a.k.a. Butterball Jr. It's my understanding that he made his transition, so I just want to offer my condolences to his family. But I remember Butterball Jr. well, particularly in the mid to late 60s. He had when he was signing off on his show, one of the things he say, "Okay, I'm going to shift the 4 on the floor and the 5th under the seat." And that just stuck with me. I was just a teenager there, but it always stuck with me. So, again, condolences to the family of Wade Briggs, a.k.a. Butterball Jr.
Wow. Oh, man. You know, we've had, seems like so many over the past year and a half who have passed on, some from other than COVID, and of course, many from the COVID virus. And we have to stop and say thank you that we are still being allowed to be on this earth, because God can take you whenever he wants you. And we also need to be conscious of having and wearing our masks anytime you're in a big crowd. And you know what, the BD, it was interesting to hear. I don't remember a lot of publicity about this, but the NAACP, which I must say is not worth a sack of rocks anymore, had a dinner here in Detroit, and it had been hailed as having the largest sit-down dinner in the United States. Well, this one they had, I guess it was yesterday, was about 1,500 people. And the excuse is that, well, we wanted, to restrict it to a small number because of safety. Well, I maintain it was a small number because they are not worth a sack of rocks anymore. Anytime the NAACP gives awards and recognizes rappers and singers who blast out to kill your own people, to call your women whores and bees and whatever other names they call them, that's worth recognizing. That's worth giving an award. I say no. Hell no is what I say. And
it's very unfortunate. They've condescended and let themselves be taken over by popular culture, which is nowhere near what those W.B. Du Bois and Spingarn and the others had in mind when they started the NAACP. It's like the current culture, and even the Kid Rock thing. It's like they're accepting what is contrary to the whole mission statement of the NAACP. It's unfortunate, and again, that's why the dinner was so unattended, so to speak. And I noticed that the mayor of Detroit was sitting there skinning and grinning, and I noticed that, and I'm not sure where this, how we set with this, but I know the governor made a statement where she vetoed 4 of the bills that had something to do with voter suppression that the Republican legislature placed before her. And I think there's supposed to be over 30 bills that, but only 4 were presented. She says anything else coming to her desk, she would veto that. But with that being said, this is all the more reason for those of you who don't vote or have those in your circle who don't vote to be aware that there's a battle at the ballot box. And we are the victims or the fodder of that if we do not exercise our right to vote. It doesn't take that much time. Just get it out of the way. It's just like you got to go to a doctor's appointment. You may not want to hear what the man or woman has to say, but get it on out of the way. Don't let the illness linger to a point where you can't do anything, because once we become disenfranchised, it's going to be hard as hell to get back into the mix. Once they start getting these laws, and there's 49 states that are doing, I don't know which one is the holdout, but 49 states are practicing voter suppression. They are doing that for a reason. They are afraid of the browning of America, so therefore they want to make sure that your vote is ineffective. They want to neutralize you. We cannot afford to do that. It will be a form of slavery, but we just won't be picking cotton. We'll be doing something else, preying on each other perhaps.
Yes, right, absolutely. And you know what was interesting about the derogatory music? If the derogatory music had been about, what is that word they call Jewish people, kikes or something, if that had been in there, it would have been pulled off the shelves, just like the song that Michael Jackson did. They put so much pressure, they made him recall those songs that had it in there. Or if the song had Dago, that's a derogatory term for Italians. Or if they had a gay in the song, the gay community would have put a lot of pressure on to have it recalled. But as long as you're talking about your own people, murder them is okay. As long as you are putting down the women in the community, that's okay.
Yeah, we are the only ethnic group, race, that will first attack our own, denigrate our own, and then be rewarded for that, where other groups don't do it. I remember when in a casual conversation, Jesse Jackson, I believe he was running for president at that time, used the expression Jaime Town, which was supposed to be a slur towards Jewish people.
Okay.
And he caught all kind of flack from that. Nick Cannon was standing up for our rights in a couple of video pieces he did, and they were threatening to take away everything Nick Cannon had built up. And then he had to come back and bow down, kiss the ring, and now he's got a new show. But again, anytime we denigrate each other, it's applauded and lauded, and everybody else is, as a matter of fact, they can use the same terminology we use because we've made it acceptable.
And, Hood Research is purchasing some buttons, encouraging people to wear them. And the button will say, turn it off. That's all the button says. Turn it off. And then people say, well, what does that mean? That means have some pride and respect and turn off negative rap, negative songs, negative movies, negative videos, negative books, those things that are denigrating your own people. We need to get our respect back. And as I've said before, when the young groups were out from Motown, Pennsylvania, and Chicago, it was Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Ohio, they were traveling around the world, enjoying entertaining people. But the music was good, the music was positive, and the people around the world had respect for the black community in this country. And the systemic racists decided, I don't like that. What can we do about it? And they got out their magnifying glasses, their microscopes, and they started watching the black community. One of the things they did was take the numbers out of the community. And voila, we have the lottery today. It's okay as long as they control it. But as long as our people are controlling it in the community and providing employment for people, providing loans and scholarships, and helping out seniors with repairs and paying for funerals that they didn't have to. But that was something that was stopped. And it created some problems in the community because you had more people out of work, out of homes, and all of that, you know.
It's unfortunate because what they've done is they saw us as we are, a consumer base, and they found out a way, well, if they're making money off of that, why can't we just muscle in, strong arm, so to speak, which is why we lost Black Bottom and Paradise Valley, because they decided they would just strong arm and say, well, they got a good economic base. Well, why don't we just run some freeways through their neighborhood, destroy their economic base, which means they have to buy from us.
Right.
And I and not that I think it's right at all, but when we had brothers and sisters, for that matter, who were selling marijuana to one another, that was a form of employment. But what do? They say, okay, yeah, we're going to lock y'all up forever for just, even John Sinclair, a Caucasian, got locked up forever for having 1 or 2 joints, and he finally got out. But the thing is that they say, okay, we're going to knock away again another economic base that they have that, is flourishing, and now we're going to start making marijuana legal.
Yeah, that's legal now.
Even though on the federal level it's not, but the feds are not trying to enforce that, so they just again took something away. So that means the brother or sister that was selling is no longer selling, and some of them still in jail for the most minor of infractions, while these conglomerates are just taking over with the same product, and nobody's on their tail.
That's right. Well, we got a caller?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Happy Monday. Who's calling?
Monday.
All right.
I had to call back because we also need to mention that these rappers are being recruited to encourage our youth with criminal behavior, and that's the way to get these private prisons to profit more
to fill the prisons
behavior.
Yeah,
so they're selling our children criminal behavior.
You're right.
So that these private prisons will continue to play with your brain.
Ooh, so true, so true.
Attack from all sides.
Yep. They actually, one of the rappers said that they went to a meeting, and this is what they were told. They were told to, pimp the children, pimp the community into criminal behavior.
Wow.
So, like you said, we catching it on every end.
Yeah.
And people do what they do for money, but it's sad that you would do that to harm your future, your children's children.
Right, right. And that is when you mentioned a lot of children going to jail. Made me think about the judge in Philadelphia who had railroaded 5,000 young people.
Right.
Remember that?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, we're still looked at as commodities.
Right. Well, we need to go back to court watching, because they say if you see something, say something. And if you observe that judges are picking up that kind of behavior here, that needs to be brought out.
Another thing that I heard recently, and I'm sure you ladies may have heard it briefly as well, is how some of the deaths of black men and women were not being reported by the police station as deaths that were caused by the police. Certainly over 1,000 that weren't, they found another way. He may have died from a heart attack. They made excuses about how we died so that they wouldn't be implicated as the ones who caused the death. So, again, that's another side we're hit from, I guess, northeast, southwest, up and down. Every kind of way they can eliminate us. And it's a form of genocide, but in various forms, but it's genocide nonetheless.
And it makes the police department hide their dirty laundry. And it makes me think about Malice Green. Malice Green was sitting in his car at the curb when Butson and Nevers, two white police officers, came upon him and wondered, well, what you got in your hand? Nothing. Would you open your hand? Nothing. He was minding his own business. It was not playing music loud or anything to draw attention to him. They were just looking for a fight. They ended up beating the man to death. That was flat out murder with one of those Kell flashlights. I don't know, weighs, what is it, 5, 10 pounds? Anyway, it's a heavy Kell flashlight. And they beat him to death. And then the current mayor went to the medical examiner, and this is what the Beatty was just talking about, and tried to get the medical examiner to lie. Now, why would Mike Duggan, the current mayor, at that time he was with the county, want the medical examiner to lie? Why? Because he did not want those two white cops to go to jail. He wanted them to be exonerated, and he wanted the medical examiner to say that Malice Green died of a drug overdose. That was a flat-out lie. The medical examiner said, no, I'm not going to lie for you and put my license in jeopardy. I'm not going to do it. So Mike Duggan, he got fired. The medical examiner got fired for not telling a lie. So, of course, he went to court, and they tell me the medical examiner won $2 million.
Yes, exactly.
Off of that. But
and what's sickening to me is that we'll sit up here and we'll blame black crime on black crime is the reason why we continue to allow white crime to go silently blind.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're absolutely right. And then folks will say, well, that black people, they get elected and then they sell us out. I'm like, what? Well, you know what you got. So you want to keep somebody who wants the medical examiner to lie? You want to keep somebody who has not had those, 54, 74 white cops who lie in court to remain on the police force? You know what you got. You know what you're getting.
I'm going to say this quickly, and then we're approaching the top of the hour, so we'll have to take a break. But when you keep it in mind that the only real fighter that I know, we've got 55 representatives in the House of Representatives in Congress. That's 12%, which is a Congressional Black Caucus. The only one who really makes or stirs up stuff, and we know her well, is Maxine Waters. Mm-hmm. Everybody else, they mumble and they say and do a few things, but Maxine Waters, she raises hell. She gets in their face. She got in Trump's face. That's what we need, more representatives who got heart, who got courage. But I want to ask the caller who's holding on now to hold on, because we have to go to a top of the hour break. And Sylvia, we ask you to hold on as well, and I'll let Theo give us the issuance or the the other.
But anyway, thank you all for being tuned in to Feedback. We're going to take a top of the hour station identification, and we are looking forward to talking with you when we return.
In the world of digital broadcasting, transmitters and exciters sometimes do this. If this happens when you're watching WHPR TV 33, please do this. Watch us on Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV, Google TV, or TV33WHPR.com. Download the WHPR TV app, and we can also be heard on Amazon Echo. So remember, if you see this, you can do this and support the station that supports you.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri, encouraging all taxpayers to please take advantage of the several payment options available.
You can pay online by visiting the Wayne County Treasurer's Office website. Paying online is easy and convenient.
You can also download the mobile app and pay with your smartphone. You can pay at one of 70 kiosks located throughout Wayne County.
And yes, you can always still send in your payments using the U.S. Postal Service.
If you have to visit our office in person, you must make an appointment by going to treasurer.waynecounty.com. It only takes a few minutes. Facial covering or mask is required and social distancing is observed. Your health and safety is very important to us. You can also email our office at textinfo@waynecounty.com or call us at 313-224-5990.
Hi, this is LaWanda.
This is R.J. Watkins.
Coming to you to bring you some information about the #1 detox in the nation, Lemon Burn. Lemon Burn helps to turn the fat into fit. It's for you, a happier, healthier you. Because you know healthy is the new beautiful. An all-natural way to improve your health. It promotes a healthy digestive system, attacks and reduces belly fat, as well as gives you energy. Need to get yours today. Call 313-868-6612.
Don't forget to exercise and eat right.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, this is Thabiti Mpinda from the Feedback Program. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Hey there, it's me, Butter, with my new book, The Many Adventures of These Nuts. Let's be nuts about our health. Join me and my friends, Wally Walnut, Almond Cruz, Pumpkin Spice, Chica Cheminsky, Morgan Raisin, and Hallie Cranberry, here with rhythm and song to share a fun way to stay safe and healthy. So together we can all be nuts about our health. Ebook available now on Amazon, or get a hardcover copy at www.thesenutstrailmix.com. That's nuts with a Z.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
I've always been a runner, but I've never run from anything, and neither has my city.
Do you want to be a Detroit police officer? Sir, yes, sir! Amen!
It's something special to protect the people closest to you, the ones you've known all your life, your neighbors, your friends. I was born in this city, and I'm not going anywhere. This is my home. That's why I wear the shield.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth. Facts. Evidence. Matter. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
We at Watkins Broadcasting care about the health and safety of our viewers and listeners. During this novel coronavirus pandemic, please protect yourself and others. Wash your hands well and often. Avoid touching your face. Cough and sneeze into your sleeve. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet away from others when in public and only leave the house when it's essential. Stay safe. You are important to us.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
FM 88.1 WHPR, Highland Park.
WVIE 107.3 FM Charlotte, Amalia, Virgin Islands.
Feedback. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. Take us along with you. I like that. We have another caller to go to. It seems like the caller has left the phone. Well, you can call back. You can call also 868-4336, 868-0351 if you want to join in this conversation as well. Well, you know, election time. This is election time. And the FBI has been quiet since they went into Janae Ayers' office and home and her chief of staff's home and Scott Benson. The FBI went into Scott Benson's office and home and his chief of staff home. It is something interesting going on because the person from the FBI was interviewed by the syndicated media, and he never said one word about the reason the FBI carried all this data out. However, the current mayor came out and started talking about, we gotta make some changes with towing. I'm like, what has that got to do with anything? Because the representative from the FBI did not say anything about towing. Now, they did say later that it may have had something to do with the NOF fund or slush fund or where they were putting in some money. And the towing problem is a serious problem here in the city of Detroit. There is a telephone number, 313-965-2323. Again, 313-965-2323. That's the telephone number for FBI intake. If you have had your vehicle towed from a legal parking spot or illegal parking spot, and then you went to some nondescript falling down looking building and went inside to get your vehicle back and handed them your credit card and they said, cash. We only take cash. That sounds like a money laundering scheme. A while back, the Detroit Police Department controlled the towing, and I don't know that they've actually made a change as of yet, but the mayor talked about doing that. Cash, didn't give you a receipt. You're getting your vehicle back. Sounds like extortion, money laundering scheme.
And the places the place I had to get my car back was way out in the boondocks. And you mentioned the doctor the last time we were on. Well, there happened to be a nurse because I was in the medical center area. She was there with tears in her eyes because she had to pay to get her car back at the same time. And she was an employee in the medical center. So it's been a hustle. And I know I had to get my tooth pulled at receiving, which is why I was down there. And this has been a constant hustle for years because I haven't been to a dentist probably in 4 or 5 years. The experience is bad enough, and then coming out my car wasn't there. That just made the pain worse for me.
Oh, wow. Well, that telephone number should be used by anyone who has had that experience where they have been told, we'll only take cash for you to get your vehicle back and no receipt. That's money laundering, we're told. And you make that report. You let them know the location where you were sent to pick up your vehicle.
And I would suggest, although I'm sure we had it back then, that with your cell phone, take pictures of the
Yes.
establishment, because again, you won't get a receipt, but you can document, you can record a video or take pictures of the establishment because then that further strengthens your position.
Oh, and a lot of these phones have recorders. You can record the conversation.
Absolutely.
When they tell you cash only. Oh, I tell you, the things we have to be subjected to, and that kind of treatment makes a person say, well, I'm moving from here. Not that scheme doesn't happen elsewhere, because I'm told by others that it does take place in other parts of the country. But it just seems that for the black community, we are subjected to many injustices. The water floods, 2014 water floods. And the people were told, oh, we're going to correct that, fix the pumps, etc. 2016 water floods. Oh, we're going to fix the pumps and make it better. And now this year, 2021, there really needs to be a consideration for a class action lawsuit. A class action lawsuit. People need to do some reporting. One of the things I find insulting is to give people a mop and a bucket when they have 3 feet of water in their basement. 3 feet of water. Can you imagine how long it would take you to sop up 3 feet of water with a mop and a bucket that might hold, I don't know, maybe 2 gallons of liquid? 3 feet of water.
You'd be doing it forever.
Absolutely. And there's a lady who lives on that far east side, and the blocks go down to the river, and it appears that this current mayor is trying to drive the people out of that area because some investor may want to build condos or some such thing as that.
And keep in mind, I'm glad you said that, Theo, because waterfront property or being near the water has always been the most valuable property, and I would say that's worldwide. Most of your larger homes and then condos, which are unaffordable to the average working person, especially with the wages that they get, this is a way for them to just kind of ease you on out without you even knowing. I guess it's like Malcolm X said, the dentist is going to do some serious damage in your mouth, but they put that Novocaine in there, it just deadens everything. So he can go to stabbing and jabbing, but since you not feeling the pain, you just bleed peacefully.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening to us.
Right. Well, I would like to encourage our residents to participate in this election. If your property has been overassessed and you have paid more in taxes than you should have, you should know that's a reason to vote for a change in the office of mayor.
And Duggan's Ice isn't any colder. Let's get that straight. Y'all got, some of you have the mentality, not our people, but some of your people have the mentality that his ice is colder than Anthony Adams. So you want to buy it from him, but ice is ice. And we have to get out of this illusion of so-called supremacy. I tend not to even use that word. I call it dominance rather than supremacy, because there's nothing supreme
about it,
about pale skin at all.
Okay.
But there's a dominance. So we have to deal with the dominance factor and ask ourselves, do we want to be dominated? And it's something you said earlier, Theo, that made me kind of think, and Sylvia said it as well, is that we are the prey. We have predators all around us, whether it was payday lending, you name it, all kind of scams. The black community is the prey, and everybody else are the predators. I mean, those who open up businesses with exorbitant prices, they are predators, and we are the prey. And what happens to prey, we already know. If a lion sees an antelope, what happens to the antelope? He is prey, which means he's going to be taken out. We can't go out like that. And the last thing I'll say on that is that something that Dr. Claude Anderson said a long time ago, and it always stuck with me because it was one of the most ugliest phrases I could think, that they are creating, which we, if we allow it, become a permanent underclass. Permanent. I don't like that word, permanent underclass. We can't go out like that.
Right, I agree. And in order not to, you have to participate in the election process. It's not anything that consumes a lot of your time, and you don't have to be suspicious just because there are black people running for these various offices. You want to have an opportunity to speak with the people who are on the ballot and decide which ones you want to vote for. And yes, the FBI raided Janae Ayers' office and home, and yes, the FBI raided Scott Benson's office and home. They are still investigating, and you also have a choice in those areas if you want to vote for them again or if you want to pick someone else. But you cannot sit there and think just because a person is black, they got to be less than. Many times the black person is more than, better than. And I'm sure you've heard through our history that it's our people who are the reason that this country is as strong as it is, and the various inventions that we have come up with and have patents on, and we have that many more that were not patented because somebody else took the credit who was white, and that's not right.
Yeah, one I can think of, because I visited the plant in Lynchburg, Tennessee, is Jack Daniels. He took the recipe for his sour mash whiskey from a black person, and Jack Daniels is known all over the world now, but it wasn't his recipe. And I would say the same thing probably for KFC. Some black woman who was cooking, because we did all their cooking anyway, so it wasn't like the master was cooking and he didn't let his old lady cook, but they took what we did and profited off of it. And that's why we have to support black businesses as well, because we are innovators. We've been innovators since our days in the motherland. So, which is why when they brought us here, they brought only the best. They didn't bring somebody who was lazy, as they try to characterize us, and who didn't want to work. We worked more than anybody else did, and that's what built the foundation of the United States. It wasn't like anybody else worked. We did the work. They did use the Japanese for the railroad, but who built the whole foundation, economic base, picking cotton and harvesting tobacco, etc.
That's right.
This is as much, if not more, our land. And the last thing I'll say, Theo, on this is when you mention voting, I want to just quote the words of my brother Les Little. Your voice, your vote is your voice. And if you don't vote, then that means we didn't hear you. Your voice was silent. We cannot afford to be silent.
That's right.
and be taken out silently. And it's just like, I see they got Joe this time, and it look like they got Irene next. well, then you next. Then if they got Joe and Irene, you on the list.
That's right. Well, and just think about Edison. It was actually the black man that invented the filament, and the filament is what makes the light up, right?
And how many of you know about Lewis Latimer, who is who Theo is referring to? I mean, Edison may have labored, but if Lewis Latimer and even brother Josiah Henson being the first on the North Pole, but then they want to say Matthew Perry. And I got to say this, Theo. Right now there's this issue about critical race theory. And I heard a brother say, he was a rapper too, but he was one of the ones back in the day who had a lot more sense. He said, look, if we're not going to teach the black history, then we shouldn't teach the white history. Let's just not teach history at all. If y'all just want to carve around and say, well, the white children in the class, they're going to feel diminished in nature and everything because of what their ancestors did. Well, then don't talk about nobody's history. You can't just carve out what you want to say and forget about civil rights, forget about the Harlem Renaissance. We can't do that. We're not going to allow it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Jealousy is is a sad thing.
Wicked.
It is, and right now we have a city election taking place. The city of Detroit, or some people call it a local election, and that is for mayor, for city council, for city clerk, for police commissioners, and speaking of police commissioners, there is a person who was appointed to the police commission. His name is Conrad Mallett. And when it came time for the last vote on police commissioners, instead of staying as an appointee of the mayor, he resigned from that position and got on the ballot, okay? Which means that the mayor then had an opportunity to appoint somebody else in that position. The election was held, and Conrad Mallett won. So now the mayor has an elected person who was his appointee to help the votes go his way. Since that time, Conrad Mallett has been appointed as deputy mayor of the city of Detroit under the current mayor, Conrad Mallett. What's also interesting about that is Conrad Mallett was the deputy mayor under Kwame Kilpatrick. So it makes you wonder, why is Conrad Mallett being floated around from position to position?
Now, I can't say, that's an excellent question. They're definitely making sure he gets his name recognition. And it made me think, and I can't say that he's a member of it, but we know that there have been in the Caucasian group secret societies who run things. Well, some of you know that in the black community, there's a subordinate society called the Boule. Can't say he's a member of it, but let's just say that it has the scent of Boule written all over it, or it's in the air, where we have black people in positions who their position is just to keep other black people in their position, which is subordinates. And we have to be aware of that, because if they're not speaking about our issues, then the only issue that concerns them is power, prestige, and money. It has nothing to do with what's happening on Mack and Bewick, over on Dexter and Davison, Linwood, or any other parts of the city. And those of you who live in those areas should be aware. When have you seen these individuals? I would say rare or never.
The importance of participating in this election can't be stressed enough. And I would like to ask you to consider voting in this election. If you're not registered to vote, it's easy to become registered voter. The telephone number for the election department is 313-876-0190. 876-0190. And if you believe that the kind of treatment you are receiving now is what you deserve, well then I hope you change your mind and vote, because I don't want to get what you think you deserve. I deserve better. I deserve city services that we are no longer receiving. I deserve a mayor who cares about the people in this city. I deserve a mayor who is not trying to drive the black people out of the city, especially since he said when he was elected that he was going to increase the population. However, ever since he's been elected, the population has dwindled. It's going down. down.
And I believe they just broke ground recently on a new structure which is only supposed to include 20% affordable housing, which means 80% is out of our price range. So it's not looking out for the interests of the citizens of Detroit, 20%, and I don't even know how they're going to figure out who's going to be included in that 20%. I'm sure they want a certain type of personality or character type so that it doesn't offend those who can afford the higher rates of that apartment building. I believe it's supposed to be a 13-story apartment building, and the ground floor is usually set up for little shops and other little things to take care of the residents of the building. But again, and let's say as well that the vote, you're voting because you're trying to also determine how people are going to spend your tax money. That's your money. I mean, if I give somebody some money, I want to be able to have a say-so on where that money goes. It cannot be going to friends and
friends and family.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not where I want my tax money to go any more than I want my federal tax dollars to go to some foreign country. I don't want my local tax dollars going someplace that I don't approve of, and I just accept it, and when the tax come, I got to pay the tax, but my money is going to some private investors or people who have little slush funds where, okay, we're going to donate so much to your campaign. That's not where I want my money to go. Now, I don't know how you all feel about where your money goes. I'm just saying, just like Theo just said, you want to have a say-so in how your streets are maintained, the drains, and everything else that has to be done for your community. You should want to have a say-so and say, oh, well, they're going to do it anyway. We cannot have a defeatist mindset and win. No one can.
And don't just sit and accept it. We need a city that has curb appeal throughout, not just downtown. We deserve our streets to be swept and washed. We deserve to have our trees pruned. If you don't prune a tree, the roots continue to look for water. They push the sidewalk blocks up, and then you run the risk of falling as you walk down the sidewalk. They sometimes can push as far as through your basement wall. Water and tree roots got to be some of the strongest things you could ever come across.
And they've been around forever.
Yeah, right. Oh, in California, they're trying to protect, I haven't heard recently, trying to protect this tree, which is, oh my God.
General Sherman.
Was it 2,000 feet in the air, 2,500 feet? And they were wrapping it and they're watering all around trying to keep it from burning down because it's, 200 years old? It's the oldest and the tallest tree in the United States.
On the planet, I've heard.
And
yes.
On the whole planet. Oh, wow. But I've been trying to listen out for the update, and I haven't heard an update.
I guess it's still standing because they definitely would have made news out of that.
Yes, they would have told us. And DTE has been disrespecting the residents in the city of Detroit. It was reported not long ago that they only prune trees every 9 years, the number 9 years. But the trees that are getting entangled in the wires grow faster than that, and they're entangled in the wires within 5 years. They really should prune the trees every 5 years, and they are not doing that.
And they've admitted that the trees are the problem for many of the power outages. Well, if you know that, DTE,
cut this.
Yeah, get ahead of the game. Don't fall behind. You know the problem, solve the problem.
I tell you, but that's the way they're treating Detroiters. You know, they're saying if you see something, say something. If you see something, stand up and pitch a fit. That's a nice way of saying it. Pitch a fit. Don't allow it to continue over and over and over again. You deserve respect. You deserve the city services that your tax dollars have been paying for years. Did you know that they would vacuum out the storm drain that's in front of the curb? It's not in front of every house, but they are on every street. And you deserve to have them vacuumed out because that sometimes prevents the water and the snow from melting and going down in the storm drain.
I have to admit, as a child, they did it on a regular basis. And I remember, because as a child, it was fun to see the thing with the round brush, sweep it, and then another truck would come behind with the sprayer and spray whatever the small residue.
That was washing the
And that was
street.
on a regular basis.
That's
I remember
right.
as a child, but now it's very irregular.
Right. We also had the KDB teens. You remember the KDB teens? That was a group of young people that Mayor Coleman Young put together, and they would go through their communities and make sure that the papers were up off the ground. And we had about 3 foot tall some huge wire baskets for trash.
And I told Theo a few weeks ago, I remember one year anyway, I was part of the KDB teens. I guess I had a little activism in me even as a teenager. It was good because it developed a harmony and a cohesiveness within our teenage group as well. And then it also spread out to the larger community. But you had teens engaged in something. I remember another time cutting grass at the parks for the city of Detroit. It was part of a system to keep youth busy during the summertime. Had wonderful time with it too, wonderful memories. And I often said they didn't pay us much as teens, but we had the old push mowers. But I say I made some big muscles because it takes takes a lot of energy to do that. But at least we were engaged.
That's right.
Now this was during the Coleman Young administration. We fallen off, and we just keep falling off, and become accepting of this type of thing, and just we moan to our neighbors. Well, your neighbor can't change anything. You can get together as a neighbor. I remember we had block parties, block clubs where we cut off the street with those little things. And my band, we played in one. I lived over in the Plymouth, Wyoming area.
All right.
We actually played in one, and we had the hot dogs and little games for children and things for adults. What happened?
And I often wonder, haven't asked this question, and I think we should. What happened to the Playmobil? We had a Playmobil. Remember that? The Playmobil. Oh, wow. We're down to the last couple of minutes of this program. And I want to tell you, it is not necessary for you to know everything. But what is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. We at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can and share it with you. We encourage you to seek out information and share with us to help us all make better informed decisions. The meeting.
Yes, 3 things quickly. This is what Sylvia shared with us. March 8th, from 3 to 6 p.m. at Grand Circus Park, there will be a march. You can call 313-241-0947. This is for home repairs and other issues, including over taxation. On the 9th of this month at 5555 Connor from 1 to 4 p.m., candidates will be there. Also, they will discuss grants, contracts, and over taxations. And finally, Affordable Housing Task Force will be at 8850 Woodward from 1 to 3 p.m. Mary Sheffield and other people will be there to discuss those things. And as always, if you want to be nothing, do nothing. But the only problem with doing nothing is you never know when you're finished.
And lastly, you're invited to an afternoon with Hood Research this coming Saturday from 3 p.m. until 6. You can Google Hood Research and get the phone number. You can follow us on Twitter. We invite you to. But the telephone number for Saturday from 3 to 6 is 1-978-990-5000, and the access code is 338-729. Press the pound key and join in on the conversation. We also encourage you to tune in again right here at WHPR, 9 a.m. until 10:30. And if you have one of those fancy phones, pull down the app, which is WHPR-TV-NOW. WHPR TV Now, and you can take us along with you. Tune in again next Monday, 9 a.m. Peace.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.